Yep, capitalism. Like this piece of shit right here. This is what I mean. This entire building is for a jewelry company. And look at all these cars. Like, what the fuck are you doing in there? You know what I'm saying? This guy just walks by me. Like, I wanted to look at him and be like, he looked about my age. Like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Clueless fucking morons. Everywhere. Chipotle everywhere. Yes, I call these people morons. And what really grinds my gears is the inflation adjustment for Social Security benefits for boomers. They get more money to adjust for inflation, meanwhile the rest of us suffer with no future? Get fucking real. Hey friends, it's November 3rd, cut to the chase here. At least in 50 years, whoever's left standing will have a resistance dial exercises to perform at the park near Lake Erie. Lots to say today, lots to say. I want to make a formal announcement and first off say that I am too also joining the bandwagon and boycotting COP27. Last year I reported on 26 in a rather novice and immature way perhaps, but it's become clear to me that it's a load of bullshit. And we're not on track to meet any targets. The fact that the UK Prime Minister is just turning around and deciding to go, like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Again, I might just bring it up once or twice more, but other than that, you know, I don't count on my subscribers sending me any content or news articles related to it. I mean, the science is pretty well established by this point. I just got some fan mail from a really nice individual, Mr. Thompson in Western Australia, or is it Eastern? Either way, mate, you know, feeling the same way I do. It's like the science is pretty damn well settled now, but I'm reporting on it anyways. I don't know if I would wish this on my worst enemy. You know, that brings me to my next topic. Is like, how arrogant do you think I am, or some people might think I am, and I know they do. They think this. They told me this. How arrogant do I think I am? I can go on the internet and tell everyone facts about abrupt and irreversible climate change and just expect to like be successful. Like who does he think he is? You know, telling people to be hopeless or whatever. You know, well, I don't know. It would seem to me that people should know about their own future, right? And should know what's happening to their planet. I'm genuinely concerned about your existence if you don't. It is a foggy morning, but it's going to get up to 67 again today. Sunny all next week. Anyways, I'm just chilling, super comfortable, trying to find a place to sit. I want to cover some climate news. I just wanted to brief you guys for a minute and say it's been kind of a tumultuous week, but I came through all right. Life has its hurdles and challenges, and stupid people probably have it harder. The overall arching system is this. I don't like America. I don't like capitalism. We don't have a replacement system, but I agree with Caitlin Johnstone. It's literally destroying everything. It's destroying everything. There can't be a worse failing system that exploits the environment. It's literally the definition of like suicide. So we just need to scrap it. Sound pollution is still among many of the things that drive me over the edge into insanity. I try to get a breakaway at the park over here, but they're still doing construction over there. That backing up beeping noise, I will not miss when everyone is screaming and dying of mass starvation, wet bulb temperatures being exceeded on human tolerability to heat and humidity, massive famines and migrations. I'll be like, oh yeah, that backing up noise. Also, one more fancy sight I see in the West is spoiled kids, Gen Z kids, depressed, anxious. I can't blame them. But when you're sitting in a brand new Mercedes-Benz S-Class and you're scrolling through your TikTok with a sad and depressed looking face with your body hunched over, indicating to me that you're in some form of duress, I want to break your fucking window, grab your phone, yank your head out the car with my hand around your hair, and make you forced to realize the situation that we're fucking in right now. It's pathetic. So many pathetic young people. Really stupid. Really stupid. Okay, maybe this is a little more chill. Alright, I would walk through the creepy Halloween trail, but it would make a ton of crunching noise, and trust me, as viewers, you would not stand to endure that. I want to keep this channel focused on information. I reiterate this point over and over, but upon reviewing some other tribe-related channels earlier, I just, have to brush it off. I mean, some people just get a kick out of going inwards. Dare I say, that's narcissism. So what am I doing here? I'm just trying to report. Guys, I'm just trying to keep on track. The things you see going on in my life are just little added tidbits. Again, I'm no one special. I'm just a guy who felt it was his purpose and time to report on this and benefit people with simply informing. About what? About what is the question? Because so often I meet people in public, most recently someone about my age. I won't go into detail or specifics, but basically this person was inferring to the fact that the future does look very tumultuous. He couldn't quite say how and what. He wasn't given any distinct examples of how it might destabilize and crash our civilization. Though I couldn't blame him. The way the world the world powers are at odds with each other. So it's not exactly surprising, but he goes upon reviewing some of my latest content where I'm very absorbed in this subject matter. So to new people, it might seem like they don't have all the information. But geez, they made a big movie about it. It's on the front page headline news. You literally got to spend 10 to 20 minutes Googling climate change effects and then extrapolate and use your fucking imagination. It's not that hard. So they're kind of why I'm talking like this is because it just seems stupid to me when someone comments and is like, well, your viewers, you might get more audience. Trust me, dude, I've been out of that bandwagon for a long time now. When you start a channel like this, you don't go into it looking to get, millions of subscribers, dude. I'm not trying to get the message out. It's people who, this is, either you get it now and you digest this information about how fucked your future is, or you can be screaming and panicking later and barely shoot a gun and get an arrow shot right through your fucking sternum. I'm confident. So let's get to the news. Let's inform you a little bit about what's going on. How about California's climate crisis is intensifying, how about that headline, and taking a heavy toll on residents, new data reveals. Maybe my subscribers or new people should be debriefed more on this. Well, I don't fucking know. It's right there on the front page. Can you read English? That's what I started to reply back after a while. I just say, can you read? Apparently the illiteracy was not a skill that was enhanced. Let's just cut down to it. The new report on the climate change report published through the Environmental Protection Agency is that it's clear. Record high temperatures, unrelenting drought, unprecedented wildfires. I'm reading straight from the article, guys. This has been paraphrased on multiple sites. It's a big report. But let's get accurate. It's 41 scientifically measured indicators provided by more than 100 experts from state and federal agencies, research institutions, academia, and it includes input from 40 Native American tribes. Ooh, the suspicion. They just fudged those numbers. I can already hear it. I can already hear the comments. September 2021 was the entire state of California was in a drought. 88% most severe tiers of extreme heat. There's been a 2.5 degree Fahrenheit increase in temperature since 1895, and that rise is accelerating since the 1980s. Primarily driven by warmer nights, which are getting warmer at a rate 3 times faster than daytime temperatures. The West Coast broke nearly 1,000 temperature records during a 10-day heat wave. They are investing $54 billion into trying to renewable energy, build that. Some of the glaciers in Sierra Nevada have lost 65 to 90% of their area. Yeah, I can't blame you. Your cognitive bandwidth can only handle so much, right? You can just handle with the few family and friend ties you have. Who cares about shrinking glaciers and freshwater supply for billions of people? And our food supply? And insects dying off at a rate unseen in more than a third of the country's vegetables, and 75% of its fruits and nuts are grown in California. Mojave Desert bird populations have collapsed, adding that 75 to 85% of the mammals and birds surveyed in the Sierra Nevada have changed where they're living, or they changed their elevations. More than 4 million acres were burned in 2020. All of the past state's largest wildfires in the past 70 years have happened in 2020 and 2021. It's devastating, guys. It's a devastating report. It's grim. That's what the authors describe it as, grim. Temperatures in Europe rise twice the global average. This is from DW News. UN. Warming temperatures have risen more than double the global average in published Wednesday from the World Meteorological Association. Temperatures in Europe have warmed significantly over 1991 to 2021 at a rate of 0.5 degrees Celsius per decade. So if we're already going along that speed at 0.5 degrees per decade, then just extrapolate. It's going faster. How much faster? Well, like light speed. It could trigger Congo peatlands to release billion tons of carbon. University of Leeds just published yesterday that the world's largest tropical peatland turned from... Someone's pulling up here. Go, guys, I hope I'm not in trouble. New research reveals that the largest tropical peatland turned from being a major source of carbon to a source of damaging carbon emissions as a result of climate change thousands of years ago. About that time, Stonehenge was built. 5,000 years ago, the climate of central Congo began to dry, leading to peatlands emitting carbon dioxide. This is just another one of them carbon dioxide, methane bombs, guys. That's all it is. It only stopped releasing carbon and reverted back to taking carbon out of the atmosphere when the climate got wetter again in the past 2,000 years. But if history could repeat itself, dangerously, it could release tons of carbon, burn up because we're extracting oil or turning the lands into farming or all kinds of things that humans do to rape and pillage the planet, because capitalism is the best fucking system. I didn't cover climate and news economy. Instead, I talked about some mind Jedi hack shit. But basically, history was being rewritten yesterday with the hottest November days in Slovenia, Bosnia, no more November records in Europe. France had 21 records today broken. Is this exponential? Austria had temperature anomaly 3.3 degrees Celsius above 1991 to 2020 records. Switzerland broken records, hottest October ever in France. First time in 140 years, the village of Mouth, that's France's coldest, reported a frost-free October. Germany's logs warmest October on record. Drier and warmer month than average in British Columbia. Portland, Oregon had its hottest October on record. Across 240 different U.S. cities, the average night has warmed by nearly 2.9 degrees Fahrenheit from New York to New Orleans. And then yet it's record cold in South America, Argentina, and snow hitting Australian ski resorts. Japan's tropical paradise hit by record rain. East of Taiwan got flooded. East Taiwan rained for 3 days. Singapore records wettest October in 40 years. Sorry guys, you're just getting annoyed with all this. I mean, extreme. And we won't give up our monster trucks. We won't give up our luxury or Amazon Prime. Any of that. I think there's at least 50% of the population that just is actually holding any sort of progress back. There definitely is, right? That's holding any sort of progress back, either intentionally or just through ignorance and stupidity combined with their political views. People are worried around here about the midterms. They really are. There's like, our civility is gone. It's gone. In-stage capitalism. So I think about covered everything. again, thank you guys for your support. And what an honor it is to occupy this little tiny space of YouTube in this corner of the universe. You know I don't have like a strong marketing ploy or marketing tactic here. I'm just reporting. You know, I'll say that again and again, and briefly touching on some spirituality of our place in the world, because that's just who I am. You know, since the 20th century and the advent of existentialism, I've followed it greatly, and all other theologies, mental spaces to think in, and seeing how these modes of thought can be shaped and applied to living at the end of the world, at the edge of existence. So all over the world, thank you. And keep up your health. Be prepared for 2 weeks of survival. I'll talk to you soon. See ya.